Hi everybody, we're here at Best Buy.
Yes. I broke my phone. I have to get a new one.
Yeah, that's why we're here at Best Buy.
Yeah.
But yes, we're here to talk about the Eternals movie review, Marvel's new installment.
New episode of Nerd and Novice on We Go Jinx.
Hit the intro.
We go Jinx, don't you blink, like, comment, don't check it out, ooh, man, beautiful, ooh, YouTube, ooh, new movie preview, about to release you, about to relieve you, top off and now we can thank you.
For those guys who wanted your boy Kit Harington, Jon Snow, to be really prevalent in this movie, you're going to be very disappointed. He's not in this movie at all. He's
an afterthought.
He's an afterthought. In fact, if you would have took him out of this movie, it wouldn't have made a difference. Especially Cersei and Icarus, they really are, for me, they were wooden. Their delivery with most lines were wooden.
Yeah.
There were jokes in there that didn't...
Flat.
They were very flat, didn't land at all. There was a point where Icarus and Druid, like, they were like exchanging Twinkies and a tablet, and it was supposed to be like this awkward exchange.
But it wasn't.
And that was supposed to be like a comedic a tone right there, but it came out real flat. Didn't like it.
As a whole, the movie is a rental.
It's a rental.
I agree.
Yeah.
A couple things that I had a problem with is they're eternal, so spoilers, they're not, apparently. And
they can die
two
easily.
of the characters die pretty freaking easy, and they're supposed to be like
and one of them is the leader.
All-powerful beings.
Yeah, Salma Hayek's character, Ajax, she dies pretty easily, and I think, why would the Celestials create a very weak Eternal that couldn't take care of herself? Because all her power was of healing. And in the comics, the Eternals are very strong, very fast. They can basically take care of themselves. But in this movie, they seem like they needed each other to take care of one another.
Right.
When the Eternals in the comics, they're self-sufficient, throughout. So
see, I don't know any of that. All I know is that for something to be eternal, it's supposed to live forever, and be like really strong, right? You're thinking like deity, godlike,
right? Because the Eternals are they're an allegory for angels. They are, and the Celestials are like deities, they're gods and stuff like that. And I don't understand why one of the Eternals was deaf. It didn't make sense because they're supposed to be like the supreme, perfect being. They're supposed to be these synthetic humanoids that are supposed to be perfect.
There's nothing wrong with deafness within and of itself.
But in this storyline,
for things to be to have all faculties functioning at all times.
So why would a Celestial take away a hearing?
An ability like that. If anything, it would have been enhanced. You would think.
Right. So that didn't make sense to me. Most of the characters, except Kingo and his cameraman.
The cameraman is the best part of the whole movie.
And if he would have died, I would have
cried.
It's Fastos. Fastos in the comic books, believe it or not, he's the one reasons why the Asgardians gained their technology. He created the first prototype of Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. He was one of the many reasons why Midgard is the way it is. And Wakanda, he could have went to Wakanda and been like the first person who implemented all kinds of technology because that's what he was based on. This movie,
just how I felt.
Yeah, I agree. This movie does if there's a checklist for diversifying cast, it hits every
and that's cool. Like, that didn't really impact or take away from the story, so there's like no issue with that there.
Yeah,
I just felt like it was flat. Like, none of the characters moved me. The love story, it wasn't an epic love story. Like, yeah, they were together 5,000 years, but they don't show what happened in those 5,000 years.
They don't show that.
They don't show, all of the trials and tribulations they went through. Like, you didn't feel compelled for their love story. It's just like, look, they love each other, and people love love, right? You love love, yeah. And just a whole bunch of, like, some of the characters, the Eternals, they just disappear indefinitely until they're found at the end of the movie, and they're just used, like, Makari.
Yeah.
She's just kind of used to run around.
Yeah, now she's
that's it.
She's
like their lackey, for a better term.
If this was for the deaf representation, this was a poor... she didn't.
Maybe was that wrong that they probably just used her for her sign
language because she really is deaf in real life.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yes.
And I still don't feel like I know who they are.
Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah. It wasn't interwoven with the Marvel universe.
No, they don't really link it to anything else. It's kind of like its own thing.
Yeah.
And even if that was the case, at least had they given me more background on everybody, I could have maybe liked a personality more, liked an ability more, liked something more. Like, I enjoyed Gilgamesh a little bit because he was like a tough badass.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it. We don't know nothing.
What about, we forgot about Angelina Jolie. And
Oh
she's
yeah,
like,
and she's supposed to be the warrior goddess Athena, and yet and still like she's
schizo. She has like a mental defect
because she actually remembers.
Yeah, so
her,
it's like
her
PTSD for
lives.
Eternals.
Yes. Oh, that's a great way to talk about it.
I feel like all the characters was mishandled poorly. From Makari. Makari is supposed to be a male character, and I understand the way they did a gender swap because they wanted to put my diversity in it. So that was fine. As far as Druig, the mind control guy, didn't he like mind control a whole village, and we're not supposed to like address that? And that was like
That was also kind of like an afterthought.
That was like an after. He mind controlled the whole
okay.
Hispanic village, and we're like supposed to be okay with that. I didn't like that part.
Kingo was supposed to be Japanese in the comics, but they made him a Bollywood actor here. He's Indian in this movie, played by the Camille guy.
Did it keep to the comics at all?
No, it didn't. It didn't at all. Not one of the characters stayed true to what they were, and neither the Celestials. Why would the Celestials hide the fact that what their purpose was in the beginning? That made no sense.
They're all knowing, all powerful. They believe that what they're doing is
right.
righteous,
So tell them. So tell them from the beginning. If I created you, Eternals, this is what it's going to be. You're here to cultivate humanity or any life form on any planet because we're trying to incubate other Celestials from bursting out of the planet. That's your job. When a Celestial is mandating rules and regulations and ordering people what to do, they're going to tell them without any thought. This is the way of life. This is the way of the universe.
Right.
So why wouldn't a Celestial tell them? So that was kind of, again, it's a rental. That's it. This will be another episode of We Go Jinx, Nerd and Novice Edition. Stay tuned. We'll have lots more reviews, movie reviews. Until then.
Oh yeah, because December's like all movies the time. So be prepared. December will flooding you.
We got Matrix and Spider-Man and the Kingsman and all that.
Yeah. Hopefully they're actually good.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.